What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in this video we are going to be going over the best NVIDIA control panel settings to get the max FPS out of your graphics card, and we will also be going over what some of these settings mean, and also testing the performance of before we make the changes and after to see what kind of FPS increase this makes. So let's get into it. So I ran the first benchmark at ultra settings, extreme, just maxed out everything at 1920 by 1080p resolution, and as we can see, we got a score of 601 with an average FPS of 23.9. So let's see, after we do the adjustments to our NVIDIA control panel settings, how much these numbers go up. So on Windows 10 and older machines, you can just right-click on the desktop and the NVIDIA control panel should be in this menu right here. But for Windows 11 users, it's usually its own dedicated app. So you'll just have to look for it. You can search for it. And if you've never opened the NVIDIA control panel before, you'll probably be taken to this first page here. What you want to do is go to the left and click Manage 3D Settings. And these are your graphics settings that we're going to be adjusting. So for preferred graphics processor, if you don't have integrated graphics, this will just be on your dedicated GPU. But if you do have integrated graphics, then this will be an option as well. But you want to set this to the high performance NVIDIA processor. This is your dedicated graphics card in your computer, and so you'll get a lot more FPS if you are using this GPU. So the first setting here we want to take a look at is image scaling. Basically, this is kind of a almost DLSS type of thing. Basically, what it's going to do is try to pre-render frames and then lower your resolution to make it easier on your GPU. So you can set this to on and adjust this to whatever you want. I'll just go with 50%. Basically, this is going to make your video games look a lot more fuzzy or blurry, or just a lot softer. But it will improve FPS, so you can decide what you want to do there. Having it off will make the game run at the full resolution that you have it set at, so for this video I'm just going to leave this off. For ambient occlusion, we're going to set this to performance. For anisotropic filtering, it should be off. Anti-aliasing FXAA should be turned off. Anti-aliasing gamma correction should be turned on. Anti-aliasing mode should be application controlled. Anti-aliasing transparency should be turned off. Background app max frame rate should be turned off. CUDA GPUs should be set to all by default, but if not, make sure to set that to all. DSR factors should be off. Basically what DSR factors are is trying to upscale your resolution. So my display right now is 1080p, so if I would upscale this to 4 times, it would be up to 4K. You can do that if you want a maybe better looking game, but it will definitely be very taxing on your GPU, especially if your GPU is not very powerful. Low latency mode should be set to ultra. Basically, this is going to limit the latency in between things like mouse movements and keyboard movements and what is actually happening in game, and it'll also make sure the latency between your monitor and your PC is as low as possible. So for max frame rate, that should be turned off. Multi-frame sampled AA should be turned off. OpenGL rendering GPU should be set to whatever graphics card you have. I have the GTX 1050 Ti in this PC, so just set that to whatever GPU you have. That way it is ensuring that it is utilizing your dedicated graphics card. Power management mode should be set to prefer maximum performance. Shader cache should be at driver default. Texture filtering, anisotropic sample optimization should be set to off. Texture filtering, negative LOD bias should be set to allow. Texture filtering quality should be set to performance, or high performance, sorry. And trilinear optimization, right down here, should be on. Threaded optimization should be set to auto. Triple buffering should be set to off. VSync should be set to use the 3 application setting. And pre-rendered frames should be set to 1 setting. So once you are done with all those settings, you just go down to the bottom right and click apply. And once that's done, another thing I would really like to cover is just going to the left side and clicking on adjust desktop color settings. And in here, you can have, if you have multiple displays connected, they will be shown up here. I only have one display. And you can just go down here and adjust all the color enhancements through the NVIDIA control panel. And here you have different images that you can use to adjust that. But digital vibrance is the main setting I want to look at here. And basically this is just going to make the colors pop a lot more. So some people set it from 70 to 100%, which I think is way too much. I think going from 50 to 55% is just about right. And obviously this might depend on the monitor you're using as well. So as we can see, the NVIDIA control panel settings made it a huge difference. We have a 12.4 average FPS jump, and which is incredible using the exact same settings, and we have a much higher score, over 200 points higher. Before I believe we had 601, and now we have 916. So this definitely makes a difference, and if it doesn't increase your FPS, it will at least increase things such as game stability and just stuff like that, and overall just like playness, I guess is the word you could use for it, of the game.
So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this helped you out. Your mileage may vary depending on the type of GPU that you have. It may increase your FPS more, maybe less. So yeah, mileage may vary. And if you are looking for a PC, whether it's a gaming PC, editing PC, make sure to go check out our website. It's TronixTechnologySolutions.com. I will leave a link to that in the description below. And if you are interested in seeing updates or projects that we're working on, make sure to go follow us on Instagram. I'll leave a link for that down in the description below as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.